For 2023, it appears that they've gone down a little bit. We don't take a lot of credit for our crime numbers like that, because when you have numbers that are in single and double digits, then a small crime spree could make our crime rate double, or it can make it drop tremendously if we solved several crimes or made several arrests in 1 year. And what we try to do with those crime rate numbers is we know how, or it helps us decide how we're going to implement our resources, if we need to implement it toward traffic or toward violent crimes, or however we need to push out our resources. Or we even use it to decide what specific types of crimes that we need to target or that we need to put more resources toward. From 2022 to 2023, I think the only thing that we saw like a major spike in, or some sort of spike that piqued our interest, was assaultive offenses. And that's something that's really hard to be proactive about, so we can't be standing between two people and try to solve their problems for them, but we can try to figure out, did it happen at bars or clubs or retail stores or anything like that, and maybe focus our attention toward there. But right now it looks like it's so sporadic, it's hard to really tell where the assaults are happening, and it's not like a gang problem that we're having this year. We've had those in the past. 2020, I think we had a pretty decent gang problem in town, made several arrests, but these seem to be like one-on-one assaultive offenses, and I think around the country we're seeing that more and more often. But it piqued our interest this year. So we look at things like murder, rape, robbery, aggravated assault, burglary, theft, auto theft, and then we put them in a total index crime. So we use the FBI UCR system, and also the new NIBRS system through the federal government. And so everyone puts the same type of crime into this index, into this system, and then we can all compare apples to apples. So if we're comparing Lufkin's crime rate to Houston's crime rate, we're all putting it into the same system and comparing the same types of crime. For aggravated assaults for 2023, we were looking at 134. And in 2022, there was 103. But then in 2021, there was 181. And 2020, there were 204. So it kind of ebbs and flows as far as the years go. One thing that we saw is that we had some traffic fatalities in town, some local traffic fatalities that were not on major thoroughfares, not on the loop, not on 59, but in town, maybe some pedestrian fatalities, some bicycle fatalities. So we have implemented our traffic safety unit. On our part, I think being proactive affects the numbers. So if we're shorthanded and we're just responsive and we're just responding to calls and we're not out there making traffic stops, or we're not out there being proactive and looking for burglars or people with drugs or things like that, then that will make any city's crime rate go up. But luckily, we try to keep our numbers up as far as staffing, and we really push out toward the patrol officers and for anybody that works here to be proactive, to get out there and try to prevent crime before we can, before it happens. And then also we try to do, through our media relations, we try to make people to remember to keep their doors locked, keep their cars locked, just be vigilant. And I think that helps more than anything else.